Hello, welcome to Galaxy of the Force, a Star Wars podcast for kids. I'm Joseph and I'm 6 years old. And this is Shay.
I'm Joseph's parent. Today we're doing The Last Jedi, which is episode 8. And when is this happening? After number 7 finishes?
It's straight after.
Straight after. Okay, so Rey has literally just arrived and found Luke Skywalker. What's the planet called that they found him on?
Act 2.
Act 2. Desolate planet.
Wait, I don't know. I think Act 2 might be the island, but I can't remember what the planet is called.
But that's where he is, on that island called Act 2.
Yeah.
Great. So let's go straight into our story then, Joseph, and then we can chat about it afterwards. So I think let's pick up exactly where we've left off then, seeing as number 8 happens straight away after
The Last
7.
Jedi. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Did I start a bit too straight
No, that was great, straight in.
The evil First Order was taking over the galaxy. The brave Resistance tried to stop them, but First Order Star Destroyers had the heroes on the run. The daring pilot Poe Dameron and a squadron of X-Wing fighters defended the Resistance fleet, allowing them to escape into hyperspace. Meanwhile, General Leia had sent a young hero named Rey, we know that, on a special mission to the distant planet of Act 2, it is called Act 2, to find Leia's brother, Luke Skywalker. Luke was the last Jedi, a master of a powerful energy field called the Force. Leia hoped Luke would help defeat the First Order once and for all. Just when it seemed that the Resistance was safe, the First Order found them. The villains had a special machine that could track the Resistance anywhere. As long as the machine existed, the Resistance would never be safe. General Leia's son, Kylo Ren, led the First Order attack on the Resistance fleet. Kylo, once a student of Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, but the supreme leader of the First Order, Snoke, had turned Kylo Ren to evil. The Resistance hero Finn used to be a stormtrooper and hated the First Order, but Finn was worried about his friend Rey, so he decided to leave the battle to find her. When Finn tried to board an escape pod, a technician named Rose zapped him with an electroshock prod. She told Finn that Rey could take care of herself. The Resistance needed him. Together, Rose and Finn came up with a plan to stop the First Order's tracking machine. But the machine was on the biggest and most dangerous ship in the First Order fleet. They needed to get past the security systems. The two heroes blasted off to the beautiful city of Canto Bight to find the Master Codebreaker to help them. Poe Dameron's droid, BB-8, decided to help too. Meanwhile, Rey's mission was not going well. Luke refused to help the Resistance. He wouldn't train Rey in the Force. Rey's friend and co-pilot, Chewbacca, made himself at home on the island, though the Wookiee even made some new friends. Everything changed when Luke's droid R2-D2 showed him an old hologram of Leia asking for help. Luke might not have listened to Rey, but he couldn't ignore his own sister, so Luke agreed to teach Rey. Rey began training every day with Luke, but as Rey grew stronger, she started connecting with Kylo Ren across the galaxy through the Force. Rey began to wonder if she could save Kylo from the dark side. At Canto Bight, Rose and Finn had crashed their ship on a beach, and the police threw them in jail before they could find the Master Codebreaker. But inside their cell, The two heroes met a strange man named DJ who helped them escape. You should listen to Stranger. Rose and Finn jumped onto a speedy creature called a Fathier. Wait, what does it say? Fathier, whatever. And raced through the city away from the police until they reached a cliff. Rose and Finn were stuck.
What does a Fathier look like?
It looks exactly like this.
Our listeners can't see, so can you describe that?
Can't we send it on?
It kind of looks like a giant lioness.
Couldn't we send it on Instagram?
We don't have an Instagram account.
No.
It kind of looks like a giant lioness to me. Is that right? Or does it have hooves?
Those are hooves.
Those are hooves, but it has hooves.
And
okay.
they have been very...
Maybe like a cross between a horse and a lion then. But a much kind of more humanish face. Apologies for the everyone. Our puppy is ripping up a tissue. A napkin, I should say. Right, so Rose and Finn are on the Fathier and they've raced through the city.
So let's just go from where we were.
Until they reached the cliff. Okay, go on.
DJ and BB-8 had arrived in a ship to rescue Rose and Finn. DJ said he could sneak them into the First Order's main ship for a price. As DJ flew Finn, Rose and BB-8 towards Supreme Leader Snoke's ship, Rey was growing anxious on Act 2. She wanted to help her friends in the Resistance and tried to save Kylo Ren. Luke still would not leave the island, so Rey climbed aboard the Millennium Falcon with Chewbacca and R2-D2 and flew away. Kylo Ren was waiting for Rey on the First Order ship. She told him to leave the First Order and join the Resistance. But Kylo told Rey that he thought she would be turned to the dark side. He brought Rey before his evil master. "Come closer, child," Snoke snarled, pulling Rey toward him with the Force. Meanwhile, DJ had helped Finn, Rose and BB-8 sneak onto Snoke's ship. Before the heroes could disable the tracking machine, they were discovered by Captain Phasma and her stormtroopers. "Told you couldn't trust DJ?" DJ cut a deal to escape, but the stormtroopers captured Finn and Rose. Just when it seemed that the heroes were doomed, a big AT-ST walker started firing around the ship. BB-8 had taken control of the walker to save his friends.
Yay!
Finn grabbed an electro staff and fought off the stormtroopers. He even defeated his old commander, Captain Phasma. Then Finn, Rose and BB-8 jumped on... Is it onto or into? Into. I know into. I'm just telling all of them because I like to make this podcast really fun. They jumped into a First Order shuttle and blasted off to freedom. Not far away. I mean, not far away. As in far away. That's why I said not far away. And I said, oh, that's wrong. Sorry, not far away. Kylo Ren watched Snoke hurting Rey. Kylo knew he had to do something, so he destroyed his evil master, Snoke. Told you he doesn't obey with 90. Kylo and Rey even worked together to defeat Snoke's powerful red guards. But instead of joining the Resistance, Kylo asked Rey to join the First Order and help him take over the galaxy. Rey knew that he and Kylo would never be on the same side, so she took off with Chewbacca on the Falcon to find the Resistance. Meanwhile, Finn, Rose and BB-8 had rejoined the Resistance on the planet of Crate. The heroes were hiding in an abandoned base in a big cave, but as soon as Kylo Ren and the First Order arrived with a gigantic ATM-6 walkers, Poe, Finn, Rose, and a small group of resistance fighters. Fighters tried to defend the base in the old ski speeders, but they were outnumbered and overpowered. Well, this is probably Shay's fault because she performed the music concert at the Royal Albert Hall and I was watching it, so I have a lot of music in my head.
Okay, let's read the rest of it normally then, Joseph.
Luckily, Rey and Chewbacca arrived on the Millennium Falcon just in time, blasting First Order TIE fighters, but the First Order was too strong and the Resistance had to retreat into the cave. Oh look, the Millennium Falcon. Well, look, it's shooting.
It's shooting, but it's struggling.
It's trying to get that.
It's having to retreat.
ATM-6 Walker. When all hope seemed lost, a robed figure appeared. Luke Skywalker had returned to help the Resistance.
Yay.
Rey's determination and bravery had inspired him to join the fight. Kylo was furious. He drew his lightsaber and charged onto the battlefield to destroy his old teacher. He did not destroy, but he's trying to. That's the aim of the game. Yeah, the aim of the game is a song played by ABBA. While Luke battled Kylo, Poe and his friends searched for a way out of the cave. They followed strange crystal foxes through tunnels deep inside the cave. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that. We'll discuss why I don't remember that
Even
afterwards.
I remember that.
Okay, so they followed strange crystal foxes
Through the tunnels deep inside the cave. The foxes slipped into a small opening between giant boulders, but it wasn't big enough for the heroes to escape. Remember in the snail and the whale where there was a big hole and the whale couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
Eventually he got through it and then a rock fell into one of the shark's mouth and he went, ah.
The Snail and the Whale?
Yeah.
By Julia Donaldson. Oh, I don't remember that actually. You've got a very good memory.
It's because I watched it
Oh,
on...
I see.
I watched it on Friday.
Oh, at school?
Yeah,
I've only read
we
the book.
mostly watched it in school.
I see. Okay, so anyway, back to Star Wars. The foxes slipped into a small opening between giant boulders, but it wasn't big enough for the heroes to escape.
But
They were...
trapped. We were at Rey's sense. Rey sensed that her friends were in trouble. She and Chewie flew the Falcon through cave after cave, searching for the Resistance. TIE fighter tried to stop them. Oh no, not TIE fighters, but they were no match for Chewie's fast flying.
Hooray for Chewie.
Chewbacca and Rey landed the Falcon outside the cave. They quickly found their friends trapped behind the boulders, where they used the Force to lift the enormous rocks blocking their escape. Everyone was free. Suddenly, during his duel with Kylo, Luke vanished. The Jedi Master had never left Act 2 Island. He had used the Force to project an image of himself on Crate to distract Kylo so the Resistance could escape. But Luke had used up all of his energy to save the Resistance, and so became one with the Force and was at peace. Soon the heroes were blasting off in the Falcon to safety. Oh, I should have said soon all of the heroes blasting off in the Falcon to safety. Rey asked Leia how the Resistance could possibly defeat the First Order now. We have everything we need, Leia said, gesturing to all of the friends surrounding them. Rey knew Leia was right. As long as the heroes had hope, they could bring peace to the galaxy. Together.
Thank you, Joseph. I've got a few questions to ask you about that.
Okay.
Because, and this is another important thing I should say, because I have never seen that film. Do you know why?
Why?
I'm sure I've told you before, because I had a baby just before it came out. So I was at home with my baby.
Oh yeah,
so I couldn't go to the cinema to see it, but I've just never seen it since.
I was 4 when The Rise of Skywalker came out.
Yeah, when the last one came out. Anyway.
And there's going to be another one soon.
Unfortunately, I have not seen episode 8. And then when it came time to watching it with you, you watched it with your granny instead. So I've still not seen it. So I've got a few questions for you.
When should we watch it together?
I'd like to watch it as soon as possible, really.
As soon as possible as
questions first for you. First question is, why do you think Luke projected himself instead of actually going to join them?
Probably thought it was too dangerous, and he wanted to distract the he wanted to be there with the Resistance. And Kylo, you do see Kylo doing the moves to destroy Luke. Like, does put his red blade in there.
I see.
And he takes it out, and Luke is still standing there.
I see. So, okay.
And then suddenly he vanishes, and then you see Rey lifting the boulder scene, and helping the Resistance. Then you see Luke, like, on the boulder that he projected it in, and he's going, and then his cloak falls on the rock, and then his cloak blows away, and you see, and that's how he became one with the Force.
I see. I thought maybe he just didn't go because he didn't have a spaceship to get there, but
okay,
your theory makes more sense, that it was actually more likely that he could distract Kylo Ren if it was a projection of him than...
Wait, why a projection?
Well, I guess because if it wasn't actually him, then maybe he could like hold out for longer, the projection, and be more confusing to Kylo Ren if Kylo Ren managed to destroy him. Another question for you. How do you think Leia feels at the end? Because now her husband or ex-husband has died. Now her brother's one with the Force as well. Her son is not coming to the good side and has to be destroyed. Gosh, I mean, I feel bad for her. She's like lost her whole family.
Remember when you said that Luke and Han tried to like help Leia, but then she really helps them. Do you remember when you said that?
Yeah.
From number 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So
Leia
knows what she's doing.
From number 1.
The first film to come out.
Yeah.
Episode 4. Okay, yeah, you're right. So Leia can help herself. I don't need to worry about her.
No.
Another question. I didn't realise Snoke dies in this one. So I've got to wait and see who the baddie's going to be in the next one. Because is it just Kylo Ren?
Everyone.
Yeah.
There's a part that wasn't mentioned. It wasn't captured by the book, but Yoda's Force Ghost appears in here.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
What does Yoda's Force Ghost do?
You know, when Luke refuses to train Rey.
Yeah.
He goes up like a hill. Then he sees Yoda's Force Ghost. It was like a rocky hill. And then he says to Yoda, "The tree that takes the Jedi, the tree that takes the Jedi, I'm gonna burn it down."
What does that mean?
The tree is a special tree to them. The text is the text of the Jedi, and the Jedi, he wants to make it to the end, so that's why he isn't training Rey, but then he does train Rey.
I see, because he remembers that Leia needs
in
his help.
Children of the Force, one of our podcasts.
Yeah.
The adult.
Oh, the podcast that we listen to. Yes, Children of the Force. Yeah.
The adult.
Al. Yeah, his name's Al, I think.
Sorry, Alagosfi.
Al Nowitzki is his surname. Yeah. Sorry. In that podcast, what does he do?
He thinks that Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Yoda's Force ghosts are going to appear again, like the trio. And then Anna, his daughter, says that Anna says she only thinks Yoda's Force Ghost is going to appear, and she was absolutely right. And her brother Liam, he was like saying, I want Luke to die in this one.
And he was right too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why he didn't talk about why he wanted Luke to die.
He just had that feeling.
Yeah.
So, I think my best bit, so I've not seen the film, but when you were reading it, my favourite part was when Luke arrived. I was like, yeah, he finally did it. He actually did the right thing. I thought that was great.
He did do a right thing, but not the right thing that you thought he did.
Yes, true.
You thought he came.
Yeah. The other thing, remember how we've been talking about how this sequel trilogy is quite similar to the original trilogy in terms of the storyline? And I think Luke becoming one with the Force is quite similar to Obi-Wan becoming one with the Force, isn't it? In A New Hope, because...
Yeah, he surrenders.
He surrenders to the Force. Yeah. Right, so, did you prefer Episode 8 to Episode 7?
Well, they're kind of the same episode, Shay.
How are they the same episode, Joseph?
Well, because it's straight after. It's like just two parts.
Oh, I see. It's like two parts of the same episode.
Like
yeah, okay.
in the Deathly Hallows,
Just...
part 1 and part 2.
Okay.
But these ones have exciting names, but part 1 and part 2, boring names.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so chronologically they happen one straight after the other in the timeline. Okay, great. So what would you give it out of 5?
5 out of 5.
Excellent. Well, can't wait to discuss.
Everything's 5 out of 5.
It has all been 5 out of 5 so far. But do you know what I'll ask you to do next time?
What?
I will ask you to rank the final trilogy like we did for the prequels and the originals.
What does that mean?
I'll ask you to give me your best in order.
So can I use the
7,
halves?
8 and 9.
Can I use the halves as like one film?
We'll have to wait and see. I'll think about it before next time. Right. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.
Well, we're probably going to do 9 right now.
We might. We'll see. See you next time.
Oh, and I was just thinking about what we should do for our first episode of
our first podcast episode after we finished the Skywalker saga.
I was thinking we should do one about Rebels.
Okay, let's do it.
When shall we record that?
We'll make a timeline for it, Joseph. You and I can make a schedule. Right, say goodbye.
Bye-bye, Star Wars fans.